This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Hello, and welcome to a very special, what I would consider early edition of This Might Get Weird.
It's 8:56 a.m.
Crazy.
Mamrie's up and out in the world.
Listen, barely. I was like, you know how dolphins sleep with half their brain on?
I didn't know that off the top of my head.
I know it well because on Hey USA Season 2, me and Kingsley went to Hawaii and swam with wild dolphins, a pack of wild dolphins.
Incredible.
And they swim in a circle because they pair up and they each turn off the inside half of their brain. So the outside half is still protecting them.
Yeah, that's, I think, how Elliot and I operate
Yeah,
in the world
just,
naturally.
You're each other's sleepy dolphin.
Yeah, one of us is usually half asleep and the
Yep.
other one needs to pick up the slack.
Well, that's how I feel right now. So together we are a pair
We got it.
of dolphins. So don't wake us because we will attack. That's what they told me and Kingsley before they went. We were like, great. So we're just swimming with 80 wild things that will be pissed if you wake them up.
Oh, I love it. Also, I love this girl dinner sweatshirt.
Thank you.
I know it's Liv's.
Yeah. Olivia Mar. I still don't. I mean, I went on the podcast. I'm friends with them. I still don't know the exact.
They're in my algorithm now.
Oh, killing it at the swimsuit week.
Oh, Miami swimsuit week. It's just body yada yada every other Instagram, every refresh
I
is
mean-
like them in a hotel hallway.
Yes.
Just like having the best time
Looking
ever.
the best a person's ever looked. I mean, I feel like everyone was there. I feel like you should be in it next year.
In what?
The Sports Illustrated swimsuit
I
week.
want a full scuba suit with a printed bikini on top of it. I think
I want
it'd
1920s pantaloons.
Yeah, bring them back.
Yeah.
It's time.
I, for some reason, I feel like I'm very not block, but unfollow Bethany Frankel. Because sometimes she really cracks me up and other times I'm like, you're
Unwell.
awful.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, unwell in lots of ways, but she did it too.
She did Sports
Swimsuit week?
Illustrated.
She looks amazing.
Wow.
But also, I liked it because they were comparing it to other people who like took it kind of seriously.
Yeah.
She literally just did like a 50-year-old woman dance just the like
Snap.
side step, snaps the whole way. And I was just watching, I was like, everyone's there. I was like, Grace Helbig should be in this damn runway.
That's very kind of you. I don't think I'd like to do it. But I appreciate that they're still doing it.
Well, rips the, what are they called? Petition in half. Remember when everyone was like, petition for this, petition that?
What do you mean?
There was a minute there on the internet where people were making a lot of like petitions online.
Yeah.
Like petition to get season 2.
Yeah.
Petition for you to cut your bangs.
Yeah, people do still petition though. Have you seen, I've only seen this through Michael Buckley's story, and this could be incredibly wrong information that I have picked up and totally twisted in my head.
Welcome to our podcast,
It
Grace.
was Pattu LuPone did some interview recently, and then she like shaded some other like Broadway.
Audra McDonald.
Yeah.
This is huge news, Grace.
Right. And so they petitioned, open letter is what they called it.
For an apology.
Yeah. And then she apologized, said she's going to do better.
Well, here's the thing. Is Patty LuPone too hard? Because she's always been known to be very outspoken, but in like a diva, the gays love her kind of bluntness.
Now you got to read the room.
Which is great. But yeah, this was just like, okay, now we're not just, she's the lady who will yell at you if you have your cell phone in the audience. Which like to a degree, it's like, yes, hilarious. Get him, Patty.
Yeah.
You know? But also I can't stop doing Stitch impressions.
Yeah, I have no reference point, so I'm just like, it's Gremlins. I don't know.
But so she would stitch them, and but then other people got to the point where they were like, okay, 2 things. One, now it's like you're disturbing the theater experience instead of just ignoring it, and sometimes you need to ignore things as an actor. And 2, in this day and age, please don't ever be rude about it, but like people do come to your show based on people slipping a little clip online. So it you know, as much as it is the rules, it does, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, if she wants to be a little sassafras, we get it. But she like used bringing down other iconic Broadway stars.
When the theater industry is based on misfits having a space that they feel safe.
Totally. This isn't This isn't the Met Gala.
Yeah. And it's also, it's giving that energy of like, this is not it directly, but it comes to mind of how like Ramona and Sonia, speaking of Bethany Frankel, used to be very like campy and silly on the early seasons. And now they play into that so hard that it's just cringy and
real
like,
sad.
yeah, it doesn't hit.
Well, they haven't evolved. I say this.
Yeah. Emotional intelligence.
Looking around me.
I know.
We've evolved spiritually and mentally.
I think we have a good sense of emotional intelligence.
Yes, I do as well. But exactly, because it's the not involving thing, because I told you I'm obsessed with the, I'm not obsessed at all. I don't hate it.
See, you can admit when you say wrong things.
Not obsessed at all. Just need something to watch. Love Hotel, the spinoff.
Yeah.
I think it's Peacock, or no, it's Hulu. And, you know, it's the Shanna Bador and other housewives. But an example, speaking of Sonia and Ramona, would be Luann.
Yes.
Because she's on that show.
Okay.
She's currently on the wagon. She's laughing and making fun of herself of like chic c'est la vie and stuff, but she's not obsessed with like she realizes her caricature and she's like grown a little bit.
Yeah, she's shown some growth.
Yeah.
For sure. And it makes a difference when you see the way the other women.
But don't come for Audra. She's a damn, you know what?
Meanwhile, we're like shitting on these women, being like, these women have not grown emotionally.
Well, come on. Yeah, but like Ramona is a known Republican.
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, come on. Anyone who's just like, I love West Palm. I'm like, okay. What was I saying? Oh, keep Pattu LuPone off my online. You know what I mean? Like Broadway, let's all get together. Oh, I do have a granny rant.
Okay.
Granny rant. Granny rant. Granny rant. We got a problem with something.
What's so funny is when people are like, you should just play that at the beginning. Your whole podcast is
all that. It's one long granny rant.
Like just rename the podcast.
Yeah, we could.
Just might get grannied. Okay, I thought of this literally when you were getting here.
Okay.
Because it's 2025. Okay. We've got AI doing crazy stuff. We've got all types of electronic vehicles. We've got little nanobots that can go in through your ear and perform brain surgery. You know what I mean? Like there are lots of technical advances in this world.
Yes.
How have we not figured out how to make garbage trucks quieter?
Yeah.
They are wildly loud.
They are loud. And I wonder if it's on purpose.
Really?
To be like, get out of our way. We're doing the thing that none of you want to do, which is take this shit to another place.
Here's the thing. I understand if you are dumping recycling, it's going to be loud.
Yeah.
Even when I just like dump my little recycling into the bigger recycling, I'm like, well, prepare yourself, overstimulation.
Yeah, I have to wear my noise canceling headphones to dump the trash.
I'm going to freak out. But there's got to be a better way.
I agree. It is comical. I was just parking in front of your house and I was like, yeah, I am here in the morning because these trucks are out and they take precedence. Like I turned on your street and a garbage truck turned on your street from the other end and we were like facing off against each other. And I was like,
no winning.
Me and my little Subaru, we don't stand a chance here.
His claw will come out and just put you in the back.
I know. Yeah, that is interesting.
I feel like there has to be some way to make it better, only because it's like starting at 6 a.m. It's the loudest thing on earth 3 blocks away.
Yeah, I do think that there is a subtle like trickster energy to it of being like, fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.
We're up earlier than you, doing the grossest job in the world. So you can hear it as loud as it is.
I guess so, which I could be wrong. I've known to be it. But I do think garbage men get paid very well.
I'd like to think that.
I would hope so.
That would be nice.
Also, I would like to issue an apology. Garbage people.
People. Yeah, there you go.
Garbage people.
Good for you. See, this is the emotional intelligence I'm talking about. Speaking of technology that is advancing, I got to go to this crazy ass screening at this new theater called COSM out here.
Chip is obsessed and he's also pissed because he wanted to go to what you went to.
I know that the show that he sent to Elliot, I was actually looking for tickets to previously because again, like Bingo Loco came through my Instagram and I was like, oh, a sphere-like experience, but in Los Angeles?
Yes. It's like
it's
like a mini sphere, just to give a little context. It's like a mini sphere to where you feel like you're really in it. And I feel like it started like they have very much, and then we'll tell them what you did.
Yeah.
They have very much like planetarium type of shows or like IMAX shows where you're like, oh my God, surfing the biggest waves in the world. I feel like I'm about to get splashed. But they also, what I first thought for is live sports.
They have sports.
So you feel like you're in the arena.
Yeah. Our friend Matt Robb got a bunch of tickets and asked if Elliot and I want to go because he had paid and seen WrestleMania there.
And that would be an insanely fun experience.
He said it was the most incredible viewing experience. He literally felt like he was in the stadium for WrestleMania. So we get invited to Matrix in shared reality is what they call it.
What the hell is that?
So it's not
shared. Okay.
I know. I was like, okay, I'll share it with Neo. Let's see what happens. We go, and it was also like this event where I think they were like, I don't know, they gave speeches where a lot of people were thanking people that I was like, oh, we're like in their opening event or something.
No, it had been open. I wonder, were they thanking people like
they were
people
doing
who were involved in the making of the Matrix?
in the making of this theater, COSM itself. It was like a big, I think they were like talking to investors maybe. I don't know. It was
and also, I feel like it's the first thing I've heard of a movie playing there.
Yes. So it's the first movie that they have modified to this viewing experience.
Wow.
It is so insane. Like you walk in and it is a full like half sphere in front of you that you're sitting under. So it's already, you walk in, you're fully immersed. And then you sit in these seats. Like Elliot and I somehow had the exact middle in front, like seats that were like, even Steve Zaragoza was there too. He and Matt were like, we're so jealous of your seats because they were literally in it. And I was like, oh shit, this might be overwhelming.
I was going to say, how on 1 to 10, 10, you have to leave. Where was your anxiety before it started?
I didn't really think it through until we walked in and sat in our seats.
Well, that's
and
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
like,
But once you hit that, with that butt hit the seat.
I was like, oh, I'm at an 8 or 9.
Wow. Yeah.
Of like, how is this going to go? And then you like adjust. It's like 40X, but like to the extreme.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
It was so cool. It was so amazing. And it's also like people are cheering. It's very like community in a theater too, which I haven't experienced in a while. People are laughing. There's literally, speaking of AI, oh my God, there's a line in it about how in the 21st century, we will develop AI and it will destroy the human race.
Oh no,
And
Neo.
Everyone in the theater was like,
Oh no.
everyone laughed, but like a very nervous laugh hit everyone. Also, shout out to Brent, the server that we had, because there's so many servers and they pride themselves on the quality of service. So it is like Disney, where literally every single employee that you walk past is like, have a great experience. Hi, how are you? Welcome to COSM. And it gets a bit much pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But when it was finished, I was walking into the bathroom and our server comes up. He goes, hi, I know you.
Cute.
I watch, the videos and I listen to the podcast. And it was like we were talking as if friends for like years and years and years.
Love it.
I was like, oh my God, this is a crazy place. He's like, yeah, it's insane. So couldn't recommend it enough. And it was also like a silly premiere where they hired actors as agents. And I didn't know that was going to happen. So that's what we walked into
like Matrix
first.
agents, not like, hey, I want to sign you. You're talented agents.
Just like 8 men in suits standing on the carpet, holding little hands to their ears, and then in unison putting their hands down slowly by their side. I was like, this is so silly immediately. It was a really great experience.
I love it. I'm jealous.
I will go to any show you want to see there. It's just on the other side of town, so it's a little bit inconvenient, but it was really worth it.
Okay, I'm so down. See, I'm going back and forth because the Backstreet Boys are at the Sphere.
Yeah. Are they at the Sphere?
It's either July or August. And I'm like, I want to see a show at the Sphere, but
me too.
Everyone that I see that comes around, I'm either not into or I'm like, I think the visuals, like I think too many people will be on drugs.
Yeah, like Grateful Dead and Fish or something was there.
Which I'm like, look, fine. I could probably handle the visuals. The visuals, I couldn't handle the individuals. Like I can't handle the guy who I'm the whole show worried he's going to fall off the balcony.
There's a great video of someone, I think it's in the Sphere. It's this large man who looks like a sports agent, like a Jerry Maguire sports agent. And there's just a like wave that comes over and he falls back completely in his seat and then it's just horizontal for like a minute straight.
Exactly. But seeing as though I know the demographic of Backstreet Boys, I went on a fucking cruise, and I feel like that cruise probably had the lowest alcohol sales of any cruise of all time.
Really?
Like, these were like nerds.
Really? They didn't drink?
Well, it was just a weird vibe I mean, there's a whole chapter in my second book about it, but it was like on the Mediterranean Sea, but it was freezing. So you're on a cruise ship where no one can swim. The weather is rainy. Like it felt like we were on some journey to like a free land. You know what I mean? It felt like we
were like in an Antarctic expedition to study penguins.
Yeah, that, or it felt like we were all refugees.
Yeah.
Like, and we happened to be on the Backstreet Boys cruise. But just basing on that audience, they weren't like, let's do a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like I could handle the sphere with the right with the right people on stage.
Absolutely.
You know, the Backstreet Boys are just going to be doing like, they're just going to be like robots on the.
Yeah, there'll be some good visual. I mean, I have seen Backstreet Boys in Vegas.
I know, but residency
and we were maybe
tiny.
the drunkest people there.
I know. Exactly. You know what kills me with The Matrix? And maybe I don't understand it and I haven't seen it for a long time.
Yeah.
Is how weird it was how much the Republican Party and Elon Musk and people decided to go with like the red pill when it's like, do you know what this is an allegory for? Do you know the directors of this film?
God, this is where I wish Elliot listened to this podcast. Literally our entire drive.
Text him to listen.
Our entire drive home. I was like, Elliot, can you explain to me how incels have like usurped this, like these tropes?
Yeah.
And he started explaining that they think they're red pilled when they think that they've seen the truth that like women are inherently evil and hate them and the world is against them and everyone hates them. And I was like, has anyone ever told them that they're doing it wrong? Like that's not how it is in the movie. And he was just laughing. I was like, maybe they're just sad and angry because no one's just told them that that's not the wrong interpretation of the pills from the movie.
Yeah. And what kills me the most, it's like, so you know The Matrix is directed by 2 trans women, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the thing you are really basing your entire 4 years on hating and discriminating against.
Yeah, the irony and the contradictions are alive and well in that community of incels.
So stupid.
It is not a secret that I have a hard time sleeping. First of all, it's in my blood. I think it's hereditary, but it doesn't help that I'm of a certain age where I'm getting night sweats. And it also doesn't help that I've got 2 little dogs, 2 little baked potatoes sleeping in every nook and cranny. And the second I move, they are up. They are ready to rock. Well, let me tell you something that has helped me quite a bit with this predicament. It is switching mattresses to Helix. When Helix wanted to sponsor our show, I'm like, I'm not selling something as important and as an investment as a full mattress without trying it myself. I tried it, baby. I have never looked back. Helix mattresses are so fantastic. It's the perfect combination of soft, but also firm. You know what I mean? It works for Chip and I, and these 2 little dogs are also enjoying a luxury mattress. And one big thing it has helped is sometimes when I'm sleeping on a mattress that's too soft, I get like hip pain or knee pain. And Helix mattress, honestly, has changed that for me. I used to sleep with a little knee pillow, like one of those donuts between my little knees. I don't need to do that with Helix. It truly feels like a vacation every time I'm getting into bed, and I am recording this from a vacation, and I miss her. I miss my Helix mattress. So if you're thinking of upgrading your life and your sleep, which is very important because you're in that bed a lot of your life, you need to give Helix a try. Go to helix.com/weird for 20% off statewide. That's helix.com/weird for 20% off site-wide. That is a huge deal on a mattress. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know that we sent you. helix.com/weird. Don't have weird sleep.
Are you craving your next action-packed adventure? Well, Audible delivers thrills of every kind on your command. From electrifying suspense and daring quests to spine-tingling horror and romance in far-off realms. Unleash your adventurous side with gripping titles that keep you guessing. Exclusive, captivating Audible originals, hotly anticipated new releases, and must-listen bestsellers that hook you from the first minute. Whether it's heart-pounding suspense like the Audible original Mad Love, a fantasy romance adventure like Onyx Storm, or listen with the lights on epic like Stephen King's latest Never Flinch. Plus more big releases like Frida McFadden's The Tenant and Amelia Hart's The Sirens. Audible has over 1 million audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. I'm getting my thriller on. I'm listening to The Connection Cure, The Prescriptive Power of Movement, Nature, Art, Service, and Belonging. Whoa, thrilling, by Julia Hotz. It is, you can see where I'm at. I'm learning about how connection is really the daring quest that I'm on in this part of my life. So start listening and discover what's beyond the edge of your seat. New members can try Audible now, free for 30 days, and dive into a world of new thrills. Visit audible.com/TMGW or text TMGW to 500-500. That's audible.com/TMGW or text TMGW to 500-500. Should we talk about corn now?
I was really looking for a transition. Man, Republicans are so corny. Speaking of corn, you guys, when you are listening to, let me just go ahead and tell them.
Yeah.
When you are listening to this, we will have recorded it the week before. Now, because I am traveling, I'm going to Italy in 48 hours. I am going to eat so much. Prepare for the shortage of various red wines and pastas because I'm excited. But long story short, rather than us banking a couple episodes and by the time you get to next week's episode, you're like, oh, they recorded this 2 weeks ago. They're saying stuff that doesn't even make sense. Next week's episode is going to go up late. So I'm going to get back from Italy Wednesday. We're going to record on Thursday. So it'll go up Thursday night or Friday day. Yeah. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that. Also, I need to issue a formal apology.
Oh, another one.
We talk about all this growth. The actress who is the confused lady is not dead.
Is not dead. And I've been seeing, thank you for the support. A lot of people thought also it was Julia Roberts or Claire Danes or even Beth Hoyt. Which
really?
I can see. Yeah. And if Beth, our dear friend, has not been this woman for Halloween yet.
Oh my God. Yeah, you could make like a little hat where the little figures hang down. Like a mobile.
Yeah,
a mobile on your head. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we decided since this was going to be an advance episode that we would also do a little food countdown.
Yeah, we should get a jingle for food countdowns.
Ooh, I like that.
Just on our to-do list.
I feel like they could also be opened up to just various countdowns.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Final count. Favorite songs about countdowns.
Perfect.
Anyway, we wanted to do something that's universally loved and used throughout the entire globe. Baby, I'm talking about one of the most versatile ingredients of all time. Not types of food, but ingredients. We're going with 3, 2, 1. Corn.
Also because
near and dear to Jacqueline and I's heart.
Yes, it is. Because also today, June 11th, is National Corn on the Cob Day.
You heard it here first, y'all.
And
you heard it here first.
Celebrating.
We love it. And you know it's the start of summer when it's the National Corn on the Cob Day.
Yeah. And now I'm looking at my list and I'm already insecure about it. But what are we going to do?
I'm dreading all of it. Well, here's the deal. And Grace and I, we started to talk about it before we went on the pod. And then I was like, let's just talk about it on the pod.
Yeah.
Because it is a subjective subject.
Boom.
Does that still make sense?
Yep.
It's a subjective subject because it's not only eaten whole, it's used in so many various ways.
Yes.
And turned into so many other things. It's so versatile.
It's a staple.
That when I said this subject to Chip and I started saying some of mine, he was up in arms.
I bet he was.
Yeah.
He's a purist.
Yeah. And I was like, well, what's yours? And he got through 2 and then he ran out. And I was like, you got to diversify.
It's too limited. I think that this is open for interpretation. I kind of took it as if this is corn facing, like if this is the primary ingredient is corn.
Yeah. In whatever form that corn is.
Yes. Because corn cakes, corn chips, corn,
right. Well, yeah, that's the thing is you got to look at the thing on your countdown, the food item, and go, if that was broken down into a pie chart, would it still be 80% corn?
Yes, I agree. Okay, those are good parameters to have for this.
I wish we'd said that because I was stressing before.
Because otherwise, one of mine is questionable, but that's okay. It's all based on personal preference. It is subjective. So we did top 7 instead of, because 10 was hard to come up with, I think. And 5, somehow I always have honorable mentions. So I feel like I'm cheating. So 7 feels like a sweet spot.
I'm not going to lie. I still have an honorable mention.
Yeah, I have 2 that I put in the bottom that in case the mood struck me and I wanted to add them instead, they're there.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, you know how we do it. We start at 1 and then we go down.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I thought long and hard about this.
Your number one
My
corn.
number one. Because the fact is, it isn't the way I eat it the most.
Okay.
But it is a very special moment. And when it hits, it friggin' hits.
All right.
And that is perfect peak summer grilled corn with butter.
That's in its purest form.
I'm talking about road stand.
Yeah.
You are husking it. You are like getting corn air straight to the brain receptors.
Yeah.
And you go, this is corn.
Yeah. Can someone edit me that piece right there? That's a soundbite. This is corn. You want those wisps in those teeth.
You want the delicate little doll hairs that you're taking off. You want to, I just want
the pop.
Yeah, you want to huff it, right? And so while this isn't like my most way to eat it, or I just feel like there's something iconic.
Yeah.
About a perfect summer. And you know what? You can also boil it or whatever, but I think a grilled corn with some delicious full fat butter, a little salt, a little pep. I'm not talking esquites. I'm not talking Mexican corn. I'm talking just pure corn.
Okay, pure corn. Number 1.
Yeah.
All right. My number 1, you just said it, Mexican street corn. Elote. I fucking love this shit.
Yeah.
I love a creamy, like, mayonnaise or crema. I love cotija cheese.
I do love cotija cheese.
I love the little bit of like spice and the lime. I just find it so delicious.
See, here's the deal. I don't like mayonnaise.
I know. So that's where I really love the combo.
Well, I like a corn, and it's not on here, like a corn cold salad where it's off the cob with the cotija and the spice and the lime juice, just without the mayonnaise. But I see a cotija.
Yeah.
I see a esquites. Elotes.
Yeah.
Which ones?
Elotes.
Is it elotes?
Yeah,
Why am I saying esquitas?
I don't know what that is. I'm like, skeeter eaters? What are that?
Esquitas? It's Mexican street corn. It's just off the cob.
Off the cob. Got
Okay,
it.
I'm not dumb. But I see it and I go, man, I wish I liked mayonnaise because that looks fun.
It's so delicious. And there's a bunch of great Mexican places in our neighborhood, and it's just so good. It's so good.
If you go to like Oaxaca, or probably also in Mexico City, but like a distinct thing of Oaxaca, it's just like the vendors out there grilling the corn with just like ready to go. And you know where else they sell corn like that?
Yeah.
Or not Mexico corn, but just grilled corn?
Yeah.
Was it Thailand or Bali? I can't remember. Like Southeast Asia on the beach.
Wow.
They'd come around. They'd be like,
I've also
selling grilled corn like on the cob.
I wonder if this is going to be a big food Instagram trend, because I've seen a couple recipes of this that look so good.
Girl, let me know.
It's literally corn ribs.
Corn ribs.
So cutting it in quarters and then grilling it with like barbecue seasoning.
That got really big on menus like 3 or 4 years ago.
So can you eat the full rib?
No.
No, you still are eating it off of the rib.
It's more of a whimsical moment.
Yeah.
I was experimenting with them with the book, but it's just, for me, every time I like cut off the top of the corn and then went to go do the big like through it, you know what I mean? The last chop when you're chopping wood, I got nervous.
Yeah. That's where you lose a finger.
And that's where I went, I don't know if the novelty of the rib shape is worth it, because I think they get so much of the cob off that if you fry it, it kind of bends.
That's what it looked like. Yeah. It looked like you could eat it in the whole thing. But I didn't.
I don't think you can.
I was like, I want to experiment with this. I saved it. So
no, try the ribs.
That's what I want to try to see if, because I was like, oh, this looks delicious. We're in corn season.
Here's what I'll say is the corn ribs, while I like them, and I've had them on a few menus. That's something I will only eat if someone else prepares.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
All right, let's get into number 2.
Number 2. I'll go.
Yeah.
This could rival my number 1. I fucking love popcorn. Straight up movie theater buttered popcorn.
Yeah.
So I eat it immediately before the movie starts.
Of course.
It's upsetting because once the movie starts, then I'm full and I've eaten all my popcorn. But I literally, anytime Elliot wants to go to the movies, I'm not even considering the movie. I'm considering, we're going to go buy popcorn.
Yeah,
Great.
you said, do they have popcorn in the Matrix? I'll just go and tell you that's my number 4.
Okay.
But yeah, same deal. Movie theater popcorn is I think it's nostalgic for everyone. You know, I worked at a movie theater for 3 years in high school, and like I was in charge of making the popcorn and cleaning the popcorn machine.
Ugh.
And
Not nice.
No, golly.
Sounds terrible.
And then I graduated and went to college and worked at a summer camp. And then they were like, hey, we're going to have movie nights. And they were like, Mamrie, will you do the popcorn? And then I had one of those like little machines.
Yeah.
And I was sweating in the summer making popcorn for like 300 little girls and this tiny machine. I was like, I just reeked of oil all the time.
Amazing.
But I love a movie theater popcorn so much. I just popcorn in general.
Same. I was going to say, I like movie theater popcorn is my number 1 in terms of popcorn, but I'll eat popcorn in all forms.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Smart Pop with pepper, salt and pepper. I think it's just pepper seasoning. It's so great, and not every store has it.
Grace, do you know how to make popcorn on your stove?
You've asked me this before, and I understand it fundamentally, but I've never really done it.
I'm literally, if you weren't leaving here to go to dog stuff, I would show, like, I think when I'm back from Italy, I have to show you because I think it'll not only blow your mind.
I think I've seen you do it. You just put the kernels in, you shake
the
it
oil,
around.
the everything. But it's like you get a bag of popcorn or kernels at Trader Joe's for $2.
Yeah.
When I tell you, that's like 25 Dutch ovens of fresh popcorn. Like, I got Chip on it. Now Chip, it'll be like late night, you know, and he'll be like, you made some popcorn.
Yeah, I got it. It'll fall into a hyperfixation routine, and I'll do it again and again and again.
Well, because here's the fun. When you're making it, and I understand, you know, like microwave popcorn, what have you, but this is like, it's pure.
Yeah.
It's just oil and popcorn. So there's none of the chemicals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also you can experiment with the toppings.
Right.
You know what I'm really into right now? My friend Delia showed me.
What?
You make your popcorn. You melt butter, you put some soy sauce in there. Yeah.
What?
So then I have this like soy sauce umami butter on top. I hit it with a little everything bagel seasoning, a little grated parm. I'm not even going to lie. You think soy sauce, Parmesan, what the hell are you doing? I do it.
Wow. That's like stoner food right there.
I have the pickle seasoning from Trader Joe's. Sometimes I'll make pickle popcorn.
I was going to say with the soy sauce?
Not with the soy sauce.
Okay.
Too much salt we're talking.
Yeah, I was like, that is a tangy bong.
But yeah, popcorn is the shit.
Yeah, big fan. Okay, that was my number 2.
Oh, my number 2. And look, I went around, I was like, do I need to specify more what preparation of this? But I'm just going to go for the purest, and then we can talk about the subsects.
Okay.
Tortillas.
Yeah. Okay.
That would include tortilla chips.
Yeah.
That's using them as quesadillas, tacos.
Yes.
Like tortillas to me are one of the most iconic staples.
They really are.
And so corn tortillas, tortilla chips.
Yep.
Because I started to just go tortilla chips. And then I was like, well, do I love the tortilla or do I love the dip? Do I love the salsa or do I love the chip? So I'm just going as
beautiful poem. That was lovely.
But like a fresh tortilla taco.
Yeah. I love soft like taco.
Yeah.
So delicious when you're in the mood for it.
Like a breakfast taco.
The texture is so nice. Well, I can go into my number 3 then because it's within this realm.
Okay.
It's Tostitos hint of lime chips.
Well, here's the deal. I almost just said that specifically.
Okay, because I was like, I know tortilla chips are the umbrella corn. You know, that's how we're getting into this. But if I had to choose every time, it's going to be hint of lime chips. They like set my tongue on fire after a while. They have
it's rough.
The most possibly unnatural seasoning that you could put on chips, and I love it. My sodium spikes like crazy, but it is so delicious.
Listen, when I was having my inner debate, or do you love the chip or do you love the salsa?
Yeah.
I said to myself, well, with hint of lime, you don't even need
Exactly.
salsa.
I don't dip it in anything. And Elliot's like, you love these hint of lime chips. And I'm like, how do you not?
They're so good. It's
like a drug.
I know. I can't stop. I'm going in the corners. I'm licking fingers and getting in the
I'll
corner.
I'll go into the bag in our pantry and just grab a handful and be like, that's it for now. And then I'll do a lap, come back around, grab another handful.
They're so good. Okay, well, in that same tip, I hope this isn't. Do you have any other type of chip on your list?
No.
Okay, well, then I'm going to bring this up too.
Okay.
Because I almost went specifically Fritos.
That was in my
corn chips.
Yeah, they're on my bench. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're look,
So good.
they're not an everyday chip. But if you have a bowl of chili and you've got some Fritos scoopers, get out. I will wave an American flag. That's the most patriotic I'll ever be.
Truly. Have you ever taken a string of string cheese, you wrap it around a Frito, you eat that?
No.
It's great. It's really great. I don't know where I learned to do that, but it is so, because you got the cold, creamy cheese and the crunch and the salt of the Frito. String cheese, or just any piece of cheese with a Frito is so delicious.
I think I've only had like a shredded cheddar with a Frito on top of a chili. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That works too.
But a good... Sometimes when the corn chip hits, it fucking hits.
It is
obviously, we
amazing.
don't have to get started about the little tornadoes.
Right, because that was the thing. I didn't put
Honey
those
barbecue.
on because the honey barbecue screws
Made your chip list.
That made my chip list, and so I didn't want to double dip. I wanted to, expand my horizons in terms of corn.
Wait, okay, that was your
3.
Wait, what was your number 2?
Popcorn was number 2. Tostitos, hint of lime was number 3.
So my number 3, again, this could be a mistake, but I went into it with terms of when it hits, it freaking hits.
Okay.
Corn chowder.
Wow, I considered it, but I have just avoided corn chowder for the majority of my life because I thought, I was very dairy intolerant.
Yeah.
And so that to me seemed like the enemy. And so I think I have a little bit of that programming still, because I'd love to love it.
Let me put you onto a little tip.
Yeah.
Corn chowder with coconut milk.
Never thought about that.
Works.
It's still really great.
It works.
Okay.
Like the flavors work together. You've got almost like a curry.
A sweetness. Yeah.
But a regular clam chowder that's also got some, obviously, a non-vegetarian would have the bacon, but you've got some potatoes. I've got some like fresh herbs in there. You've got that mirepoix. It's a hug in a bowl.
Yeah. In a bread bowl.
Oh, forget it. Freaking get it. Listen, I'll say it right now. I don't know the last time I had corn chowder. I don't know if I've had it in this decade.
But corn chowder, not clam chowder.
Corn chowder.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's so good. I want some fresh parsley on there.
Yeah.
I want some. I mean, I never even use it, but I'm going to use it right now. Tabasco.
Whoa. Yeah. A little spice.
A little spice. I love it. I love a little hot sauce on my soup, but this, if it's like a rich, decadent chowder, and then you do the acidic vinegar of the Tabasco on top.
Delightful.
When it hits.
Layers.
A little louder for the chowder. You know what I mean?
Get a little louder for the chowder, people.
Yep.
Coffee isn't just a drink. Come on now. It's a ritual. It's a lifeline. It's a bridge between the half asleep you and the ready to conquer the day you. And if it's that essential, then why are you settling for anything less than extraordinary? That's where Trade comes in. Trade is the #1 U.S. coffee destination, bringing you fresh coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. Trade's experts have taste tested thousands of coffees to curate over 450 amazing roasts. Whether you're new to coffee or you know your favorites, they'll handpick the perfect coffee for you, even cold brew for those hot summer days. You just take the quiz, and in under a minute, they'll match you with your perfect coffee. And if that first bag isn't quite right, Trade will replace it for free until they nail it. Trade's prices are on par with grocery store brands, but the quality is next level. Plus, you're supporting local roasters. It's a win-win. And if you're headed out on summer vacation with Trade's subscription flexibility, you can pause or shift delivery when you're away and resume when you're home, ensuring that you'll come home to great coffee. What a feeling. We're espresso drinkers in this house now, and when I filled out the quiz and asked for espresso, Trade sent us something called Wizard Cat by Cerberus. It's a syrupy, smooth blend of espresso, and dang, is it good. We went through the bag in probably, I don't know, a week. We were obsessed, feral for it. Speaking of cats, wizard cats. So right now, Trade is exclusively offering you 50% off your 1 month trial at drinktrade.com/TMGW. That's drinktrade, TRADE.com/TMGW for 50% off your 1 month trial. That's drinktrade.com/TMGW.
Okay, to be completely honest, I have tried all those healthy, low-carb breads, and when I get them, well, I might as well be eating the box that it was sent to me in. However, that all changed with Royo. Okay, Royo sent me their variety box of, quote, healthy breads and bagels, and I fully expected dry, boring, basically cardboard, but I was wrong, honey. They taste amazing, and you have to try these. I have been living off their everything bagels, and every time I've eaten a bagel before, I go, well, let's not look at the, the health and the nutrition facts, but with Royo, baby, I'll look at them all day. I'll be looking good and feeling good. And here's the best part. Everything is baked fresh daily. Super clean and minimal ingredients, low in carbs and higher in fiber and protein, the two things I am trying to get more of in my body. And some of these products have 2 net carbs. Yeah, that's right. 2 net carbs. Keeps me looking and feeling summer ready. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the bagels, but also their breads. I am in my sandwich era. And with Royo, I know which bread to use. So Royo breads are so good, you'll forget they're healthier. And I got you 20% off. Go to eatroyo.com and use our promo code WEIRD for 20% off. That's promo code WEIRD at eatroyo.com. eatroyo.com. Get your summer sandwich on right out of the pool. Nothing better.
Okay, so my number 4 was popcorn.
Popcorn. Okay. My number 4 is crab boil corn. I don't know how you would qualify this. So it's like corn with Old Bay seasoning, butter, garlic, that whole thing.
It'd be low country boil corn.
Yeah. Is that how you would qualify
Here's
it?
the thing.
Yeah.
Chip said that was his number 2 and then got stuck. And
Because
I said,
he couldn't think of anything
you're
else.
just you're just saying other types of corn on the cob because
Yeah.
we do the low country boil the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was so great.
So it's like,
Or no, when we did it up in the mountains.
in the mountains.
Yeah.
But so the corn gets infused not only with the spices you're using to cook the seafood, but probably also a little bit of the seafood
Yes.
broth.
Yeah, it's really great. And I love Old Bay seasoning.
Me too.
And I love it, especially on corn when the corn is like soaked in butter too.
Yeah.
That is just like, there's something so East Coast comforting
Ooh,
about that.
You know what we did last year for the low country boil, which I think is a new great improvement.
Yeah.
Is I took my little little fondues, not the big pots, but like the little guys,
Yeah.
and we had melted butter on deck, like the
that's
ones
nice.
lit by a candle.
Yeah.
So good.
Glamorous.
I know. Put Old Bay
Yeah.
on French fries.
I have. That's what they do at Chicky and Pete's in
Who
Philly.
dat? Who are these friends I've never heard about?
It's in Philly. It's in like it's everywhere in the Philly airport now, and they make like French fries with Old Bay seasoning. I'm pretty sure that's what they're like known for, and it's especially when you're hungover. Oh, it is so good.
When you need that salt.
Yeah, when you're like, I want French fries, but I also want like a tang to them.
Exactly, like a Lowry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's a very pure corn.
That was probably my most pure form of corn on my countdown.
Yeah, me too. Number 5?
5.
I'll go for it.
Go ahead.
Corn fritters.
Yeah, they didn't make. They're on my bench. They didn't make my list.
Like, you can either have them as the ball, but I like them when it's like almost like a thick pancake.
I don't know if I've had them like that.
Oh God.
But that sounds any sort of. It's still fried,
Oh yeah, absolutely fried. Let me.
but like a scallion.
like a that, like a chunky.
Oh my God.
It looks like
It's not a waffle. It's not a pancake. It's something in between.
Look, you can have a corn fritter that's essentially a hush puppy,
Yeah.
which would also be corn on corn on corn because that would be, cornmeal.
Yeah.
So that would be great. I love those fritters. I love a hush puppy. I can't believe hush puppies didn't make my list. But if you just Google image corn fritter and you see these stacks of what almost look like miniature pancakes, just chock full of corn.
Ugh. Yeah, like full kernels.
Full kernels
Yeah.
making it pop.
I love when you can see the kernels.
Me too.
I mean, and that's why I love corn. Corn gets in your body and goes, I'm not changing for anyone. I'm going out the same way I came in.
You know what? I think corn is very inspirational. Be the corn. Be the corn in your life.
Yeah.
Know who you are and don't change for anyone.
Don't change for anyone.
Even when things get shitty.
Don't let anyone break you down. You stay whole from start to finish.
Till you get to the hole. That was gross.
Gross, but we love it.
Yeah.
Okay, my number
A
5.
fritter. Oh, God, a fritter.
Corn dog.
Okay.
Because it's got the cornmeal batter,
That's
basically,
true.
is
Okay.
how I'm qualifying this.
Okay.
It's in the name,
You know
corn
what?
dog. Judges?
There is a place I could argue it, but I will allow it because it is the corn batter that is making you want that
Yes.
instead of a hot dog.
Yes, the hot dog, honestly, you could give me just that batter without a hot dog in it and I'd eat the shit out of it on a stick.
Corn dogs are really good. I like when you go to places that, sorry. I get choked up. Yeah, stitching. I don't partake in this because it's meat, but I don't know if it's Renaissance fairs or just county fairs or whatnot, where you see the homemade corn dogs and like the batter is so thick.
That's when we went to the OC fair
Yeah.
last year for the first time.
For
we
tablescaping, you guys, things are coming together.
Things are coming together. And I know we said we'd talk about it this week and we probably won't. So we'll
We're
see.
running out of time.
The corn dog that we had at the OC fair last year
Yeah.
was so delicious, so decadent, so over the top insane that it was like, oh, this batter, I don't give a shit about the hot dog. The hot dog's a fun, delicious, addition.
Yeah.
Change in texture a little bit. But the batter itself was so delicious and
Yeah.
gross that I was like, this is worth it.
Now, let me ask you this. Since we're just on, do you have anything else that's cornmeal based? Like cornbread or anything?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then I'll stop. Then we'll get to it when we get to it. Okay, my number 6.
Mm-hmm.
This is specific, but it's corn aglionotti / ravioli. A corn stuffed pasta.
Ooh, see, I'm not as privy to that. I've never really had that, I don't think.
There's a place up the street that does a seasonal aglionotti, which basically it's like the pasta that looks like little like candies. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, morning pod. But so they do like a corn puree, and they also have like ravioli like that. And you usually saute it in like a butter white wine kind of, and then a shitload of basil.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's like a summer corn pasta. Now, regular just corn kernels in a pasta, also very delicious. But this, I want the like sweet pureed corn stuffed into a pasta. And with a little like burst cherry tomato.
Wow. Delightful.
Oh my God, I'm
Layers.
horny. So yeah, that was my most like niche.
Okay.
But like if I see that on a menu, I'm probably at least going to be like, split one for the table.
Yeah. You
know?
Totally. Mine is, you already said it, cornbread.
Okay.
There's this barbecue place near us that does this like skillet cornbread with honey, like hot honey, and like something's in their butter that's not just plain butter. It is so delicious and decadent. Like, I don't love cornbread all the time. I kind of have to be in a mood for it, but when I'm in a mood for it, I love it. It's so good.
It's so good.
And I think more in my adult life have I liked it. I think when I was younger, I was like, why would I want this if I could get a biscuit instead?
Right. No, I hear you. You gotta really be craving it. And with barbecue, it is so it like plays off those flavors.
Yeah, and
so
the one that we
well.
get, you can still see the kernels of corn in it.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Is There's people who like to do a cheesy, spicy cornbread. Like there was a while there where I was doing like shredded cheddar and like a can of like green chilies.
Yeah. Some of them have like jalapenos in it. I'm not totally in because I'm such a pussy about spice. So that sometimes goes a little awry for me. But the hot honey sauce I mean, where's hot honey been our whole life?
Yeah, exactly. Was that just invented?
It feels like it just happened a couple years ago and now it's on grocery store shelves. And I introduced it to my stepmom because she was like, what is this? And I was like, Maureen, it's hot honey.
Oh my God.
And then she was like, I got to write this down.
Well, let me tell you, I think I talked about it on the pod, how the Food Lion.
Yeah.
How I talk about Food Lion in the book, and there was a representative of Food Lion who came to one of the book signings. She was like, I work for Food Lion. Can I get your email address? Just got a gift basket from Food Lion.
Oh, fun.
With some local hot honey.
Oh my
I sent one
God.
to my mom too.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got a clear Food Lion tote. I know you guys went to Sports Illustrated swimsuit week. A lot of you guys were in Cannes. I got a Food Lion gift basket. And
while
you know
I'm getting my table ready for the OC Fair.
Yeah, and doing a corn countdown at 9:30 in the morning while wearing a girl dinner sweatshirt. So don't tell me that I've changed.
No way.
I was this person at birth. But what was I saying? Oh, but there's lots of hot honeys in it. And I just, where have you been all my life?
Suddenly it's on the scene and it's like, has this been a secret? Or did someone just have a light bulb moment and suddenly as a society we're like, yeah, why haven't we tried hot honey?
Yeah, who tripped and their red pepper flakes fell into their honey?
Right.
You know, what is the origin? Or did some like scary bee enter the hive?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and all but whatever the origin story of it is, I love it. Have you had hot honey on pizza?
Yes. Pepperoni pizza with hot honey. There's a pizza place that we get that from specifically.
See, I like it on a white pizza that has a hint of funky cheese on it. Like if it's a white pizza with a little gorgonzola or a little blue cheese with the hot honey.
Oh, you know
we're derailed.
I love that. Speaking of more hot honey, a little crostini with ricotta and walnuts and hot honey on top.
There we go.
Boom.
There
You're
we go.
fancy as fuck and it's easy.
Yeah. There's no, I will say honey is one of those ingredients that when added to a dish, table side, or like drizzled on a thing, automatically elevates it.
Absolutely.
Just like a fresh herb. You go like, we're drizzling honey over here?
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm seated.
I didn't wear my gown for this meal. Oh, no.
Okay. So I almost put cornbread, but I almost put it in the form of, and now I'm regretting it not being my number 7. Cornbread stuffing.
Oh my God.
I know.
I love stuffing so much.
We love stuffing so much. And yes, I love stuffing with the stale bread and all that jazz. But sometimes a good Southern soft stuffing that's just made with cornbread.
Oh, damn.
I know, right?
My mouth is literally watering right now.
I got to get back into my stuffing experiments, my morning stuffings.
That's a good summer meal, stuffing. Straight up hot bread.
Listen, Chip's going to be out of town for a month and a half. So I'm going to be experimenting with some stuffings because I'm not going to get stuffed.
No way.
I mean,
are we on number 7? Did you say your number 6?
it was the pasta.
The pasta. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my number 7. Tamales.
Okay.
I love fucking grocery store frozen tamales.
Wow.
Like I love them. But going out and getting them from an actual Mexican place, I always forget that oh my God, it's so much better.
It's so much better.
Yeah, because I'll get those, what's that brand, Annie's or something? I forget. It's the one that's organic.
Oh, they do the bunny macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. They do a tamale, I think, that I've gotten before. That it's just when you're out of food and it's been sitting at the bottom of your freezer and you make it and you're like, damn, this is actually really great.
But us living in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Where people make traditional tamales. They're so... Chip and I found this... on one of the Uber Eats or whatever, but they go and they pick it up from a food truck. And we when it comes to your house, it's a styrofoam plate with the food with tin foil over it.
Love it.
And they have an amazing mole. So I'll straight up do like just a cheese and poblano tamale covered in this dark mole sauce.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good. And they're very seasonal too. Like I think in Mexican culture, like people make them a lot around, is it maybe Christmas? I'm not sure, but like it is a laborious process.
Yeah.
So they'll make a ton. And like I have a friend, Karina, who's like done my hair, who will be like, she'll put it on her Instagram and be like, my mom's making her tamales, put in your orders.
Wow.
So they'll like once a year,
In a
like
big batch.
just make a ton of tamales and sell them.
I love the package of presentation.
Oh my God,
It's
it's
just
so fun.
It's like a beautiful little Polly Pocket that you can eat in your hands. It's so it's just like that perfect filling without being like grossly fried in any way.
Steamed.
It doesn't
Steamed.
feel terrible for you.
Yeah.
But it still feels like comforting and warm and like a mom made it for you.
Yes. Well, yeah, you put the love in it.
Yeah,
You put
yeah.
the love. What's your ideal filling?
I'll take anything, honestly.
Really?
But like shredded chicken,
Iconic.
Is like kind of a go-to, but honestly, I'll eat it anyway.
I found a oh God, where was this? I think I was visiting somewhere else, or else I'd be ordering this as soon as we wrap up the podcast.
Yeah.
Is they filled it with like a chipotle or like an adobe jackfruit. Like shredded jackfruit. So I was getting a tamale with it felt like a shredded
I love that.
protein. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, that's
delicious.
delicious.
My God, tamales are so good.
They really are. And I forgot about them until making this list. And I was like, why don't I order this more?
But that's another thing, like the corn ribs, where I'm like, I will always order them, but I'm not going to make them at home,
Yeah.
which makes it more special.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I know that this is out of my realm of possibility
Yeah.
of making it. So it is an order only kind of meal.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 7 is very simple, but I had to shout it out because of my background. Grits.
Oh, yeah.
Grits. Just a simple bowl of grits from the Waffle House
Damn.
with a big pat of butter and a ton of cracked pepper, a little bit of salt. Sometimes I will go in with a hot sauce.
Ooh.
Cheddar. I mean, so like a cheddar, buttery, black pepper grit.
Damn.
Come on.
Yeah. That sounds delicious.
Again, it might be because I don't make them that much. I do have a grits recipe in the cookbook that is smoky tomato Gouda grits.
Ooh,
So
that
it's-
sounds nice.
It's like burst cherry tomatoes and Gouda, and so it's like creamy and tomato and acidic. But like I rarely make them for breakfast. But if I'm at a Waffle House, give me those goddamn grits.
Game over.
Grits.
Game over. I know it's not in my zeitgeist. I didn't grow up. Not like I grew up eating tamales either.
Right.
But grits, I don't know. I've given them the proper chance, I think.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
And so to me, that was like that's a tent pole corn base.
Yeah.
But
Sweet.
it's not my, I don't eat it that much.
Yeah.
What was your honorable mention? And then we got to wrap up. You've literally got to go.
I gotta run. My honorable mentions, we mentioned corn fritters and Fritos.
Cool.
Where the others sit in the bench, warm in the bench for me.
I'm about to drop off a cliff with my honorable mention.
Why?
It's so controversial.
What?
Chip is grossed out by it.
What?
I will eat straight up baby corn out of a can.
Whoa.
I love a cold baby corn on a salad.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
But by the time I open that can of corn, I will just eat it.
You
out of the
love
can,
miniatures.
cold. I love it. A whole can is like 30 calories.
I know,
and I'm just
yeah.
over there like a little giant, just stuffing these little guys down the gullet.
That is a very controversial choice.
I love a baby corn in any type of Asian dish.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in general, I will eat baby corn plain.
How do they make that corn so little?
I think they just stop it. I think it's just aborted corn.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just aborted
It's
corn.
like how we make tiny dogs.
Well, because, Well, also Trader Joe's sometimes in the summer, they will have raw baby corn. And so you can grill baby corn on like a skewer.
Whoa.
So you can make tiny elotes.
That's adorable.
That's pretty cute.
okay. Much to do with corn this summer.
Corn.
Wow. Okay. Let us know your corn lists. Where do these corn items fall on your list? And what did we forget? Because I do feel like I'm blanking on probably some major representative of the corn industry.
I just got a new tortilla press.
Oh,
It was gifted to me when I did the cooking demo at the LA Times Festival of Books.
Nice.
So get ready. Life is about to get fucking crazy with this tortilla press.
corny.
Let's have a whole corn. Maybe we should have like just a corn fest where we make tortillas. I teach
I'm
you popcorn.
corny.
I'm corny. I'm corny. Okay, hey guys, we don't have time to do questions,
Yeah,
but we
we'll do
want
it next time.
We want to encourage you to send them in. We need some more.
TMGW podcast at gmail.com.
Send us those voice notes. We absolutely love hearing them.
We do.
We feel like we're getting a voice note from our friend. However, if a friend sent me a voice note, I'd be like, this is annoying. but from you guys, I'm like, I can't freaking wait. So
Exactly.
all right. Well,
Well,
we got pretty corny today.
Yes, we did.
This got weird.
This might get weird.